So I've been put in charge of playing out a surprise listening party for the homie's new album that's coming out. And believe me when I say it's... And believe me when I say it's more than just setting up speakers everywhere. I'm talking balloons, mood lighting, arranging the furniture the best way possible. It feels like I'm mixing vocals for a track. But just like how a well-planned listening party can make a really memorable experience, well-mixed vocals be the difference between a track getting placed for a $20,000 sync placement or being completely left in the dust. Forgotten by all. So today we're going to be talking about mixing vocals and how you can do it to catch a music supervisor's ear.
Sounds good to me.
So let's dive into the first point. Equalizing vocals in a mix is a bit like arranging furniture in the listening room. You have to find the right place for each piece or where people are going to be sitting, or else the whole room will feel like it's out of balance. You don't want your guests tripping over the ottoman, leaving their coats in the wrong spot, just like you don't want the listener's ears to catch a vocal that's just awkwardly in the mix. So an EQ can help you arrange the room, so to speak, by adjusting the frequencies of the vocals to fit just right with the rest of the track. And when you do this correctly, it's like walking into a well-decorated party room where everything just is in the right place. And when you look at it all from a distance, you're like, oh, okay, I'm in the right place. This is where I'm going to hear this amazing album.
It's a masterpiece.
The main vocal here. Here it is dry with no effects.
I feel the fire inside me. No one can stop the burning.
I like using the Neve 1081. Looks like this right here. We're going to turn up the mid and the bottom of his voice.
I feel the fire inside me.
Turn it up here, and then let's give him like 100. Let's give him a boost around 100.
I feel the fire inside me. No one can stop the burning. I get what I deserve. Fire, I'm born in the...
But then it all comes crashing down because as I was getting things together, the guests are arriving in about 20 minutes. And so I turn on the television where we're going to have a visual experience as well. You can't be ratchet in here just passing the aux cord. And the TV screen that we had set up starts to flicker. So now the visual vibes are inconsistent with the amazing audio that we're about to hear. Absolute disaster waiting to happen. Music supervisors don't want tracks where the vocals are just like that inconsistent TV picture. You got to put the stupid antenna on right and like it just doesn't work. It's kind of like that. Nobody want to watch that. Compression is where all this stuff comes together because it acts like an emergency TV repairman to come in and make sure that the consistency of the brightness and the actual picture is the same throughout the whole entire night. And that compressor is going to ensure that your vocals are at the same volume level steadily through the whole track, making it consistent. And let me explain why this is so huge. Auto-tune vocal compressor because it does serial compression without having to set up two different compressors at the same time. And the reason why this is important is because as you see without this, there's a lot of jumps in the actual vocal, right?
I feel the fire inside me. No one can stop the burning. I get...
Jumps out abruptly. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a compressor like so. The first one's going to actually catch all the peaks. That's all these huge jumps in the vocal right here and make them more consistent. And then this next compressor mimicking the Tube Tech CO1B is going to bring up the overall volume without making it sound harsh.
I feel the fire inside me. No one can stop the burning. I get what I deserve.
You don't want your vocals to just drop out in the middle of your sentence, right? Third thing that I find very helpful is, again, the lighting. The mood has to be consistently dope. I'm talking about as soon as you come into the front door, the lights are just perfect. Just like in a studio setting, because each light in combination with the other ones around the room are going to emphasize key moments of the listening part. It's going to be dope. Use this one psychological hack to enhance the listenability of those lyrics. Next, we're going to make sure we add effects. We do this by adding Melodyne. We're using Auto-Tune Pro, which is going to give us the sauce when it comes to making sure his vocals are tuned a little bit better. Nobody's perfect. Then we're going to add some saturation here. I'm using Decapitator to add that extra grit to his vocal, some more presence. We have another EQ shaping some of that extra tone in his voice. With those effects, including reverb, we're adding a hall reverb to his voice after it's been EQ'd. As you see here, we're using Valhalla. Very, very long pre-delay to make the room sound much bigger than normal. Now let's hear it all together.
I feel the fire inside me. No one can stop the burning. I get what I deserve. Fire, I'm born born in
Just like with the lights, using interesting effects like reverb, delay, different LFOs with harmonic saturation, things of that nature can highlight certain parts of the song, which could be the perfect chance for you to have some fun and give your unique flair on how you would interpret a vocal.
He sounds different.
That's going to set your song apart from everybody else's. Most people don't do this. When you find that perfect combination of word painting, using effects on specific phrases, things like that, when everybody sits down at the listening part and they go, oh snap, like this feels expensive.
feel the fire inside me. No one can stop the burning. I get what I deserve. Fire, I'm born in the blood. I still get one and holy. Look at my pride, it's holy. I get what I deserve. Fire, I'm born in the blood.
So there you have it, 3 key ingredients you need in order to catch the ear of a music supervisor. And remember, it's just like playing a party. It's all about the details. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up. If you want more details about how to make sure your music sounds expensive, check this video out right here with the key ingredient I love to use to make more sync placements.